Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. Okay, the end of a long weekend, but we still got one more day to get through. So is everybody ready for a complete change in the United States? Okay, total, all right? It's totally different. The country's never going to be like it was before. And I'm not talking about Joe Biden, though changing from that would be a good thing. Okay, we can get away from communism. I'm not talking about Donald Trump. Okay? No, not at all. Okay, Trump will spend 4 years trying to fix all Biden's mistakes. He probably won't be able to do it. It'd probably take a couple of generations to fix everything Biden screwed up. I'm talking about what happens in 2028. 2028 is going to be a paradigm shift for this country. Want to know why? Because we, Gen X, are coming to power. Yeah. I mean, you take a look at who some of the leading candidates, if you had to handicap the horse race right now for 2028, who it would be. Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, Andy Beshear. Go on the Republican side, you look at Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Tim Scott, maybe Byron Donalds, J.D. Vance. Notice anything about them? They're all Xers. Now, I know it depends on where you look or whatever, what the dates are for Gen X. Roughly 1965 to 1980 when we were born. Here's the difference. Gen Xers don't care. That's it, all right? You don't like me? I don't care, okay? You want to do something I don't like? I don't care. I'm not going to stick my nose in your face and tell you you have to do it my way, okay? You think about Gen Xers. I mean, we grew up, we were the first generation with video games, but we didn't have computers. We didn't have, well, I mean, maybe you could say the ones that were born in the 80s had them by the time they were in their mid-teens, okay, the youngest of them. But no, me, I mean, first time I saw a computer, first time I had a computer, a big desktop box, AOL, was 1997. So that would have made me 31. Okay. Now, we were the generation that were latchkey kids. We raised ourselves, right? You know, we were independent, unlike the generations that we're raising now, who, I'm 30 years old and I still have to live in mom's basement because I can't do it for myself yet. I left home halfway through my senior year, okay? I was 17 and on my own. Long story there. We were the group of people who came home from school. Nobody was home, okay? We raised ourselves. I mean, I was home alone from age 8 on. My task was to watch my brother. It was okay. You know, we didn't worry about child molesters, groomers, rapists, things like that. No, we didn't worry about that. We just stayed home, went out and played with our friends, ran around, rode our bikes miles away from home, and that was that. We went out and played, skinned a knee, skinned an elbow, whatever. You were bleeding. You know what? Wash it off with the garden hose. Rub a little dirt on it. You'll be fine. Walk it off, right? Remember those things? It wasn't, oh my God, he wasn't out with his helmet on and his elbow pads and his knee pads. We need to sue the bike company because it wasn't safe for the kid to ride the bike, right? There were seatbelts in cars. Nobody wore them, okay? It was one of those things where hopefully mom was strong enough. How many of you guys remember this? Mom would hit the brakes and go like that real quick. Yeah. Okay. That was how Gen Xers lived. We didn't worry about what anybody thought, what anybody cared. We just went and did it. We knew right from wrong. Big difference to what we have in politics now. Some people know what's right. Some people know what's wrong, depending on the party you're in. If you're a leftist, it's like, oh, if it's wrong, that's what I need to do. If it's going to hurt somebody else, that's what I need to do. We didn't try to hurt each other. I can't speak for girls. I was never a girl, never identified as one. Two boys had an issue with each other. They beat the crap out of each other. That was it. That was how we resolved our differences. It wasn't, oh my God, I'm going to have to go get my dad and we're going to sue your family because you took your ball and went home, right? Like it is now. We didn't wait for somebody to drive us somewhere. We just walked or rode a skateboard or rode our bicycles. And we went. We got into trouble. We got hurt. And you know what? We all made it out alive. Fine. No big deal. This is what is coming in 2028, irregardless of which party it is. And it's going to be somebody who doesn't give a crap about pissing somebody else off. Now, then of course you get the difference of doesn't give a crap if pissing somebody else off if they're doing what's right or if they're doing what's wrong. Okay, and that will be the litmus test for the two parties. Okay, we know if it's a conservative, they will do what's for the benefit of everybody. If it's a liberal, they will do what's in benefit for themselves. But that's where we're headed, and it's going to make a complete change in this country. And it's a good thing, because it's about time we have somebody leading the country who has the attitude of, I can, instead of, oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble if I do this. Just saying. I'm looking forward to a Gen X president, because it might finally be what this country was founded on in the first place. Gen Xers are notorious for, leave me alone. And that's what all of us want. It was the Declaration of Independence that was signed 248 years ago this weekend. Go look up what independence means. Basically, it means leave me alone. Okay? It doesn't mean we're going to go all over the world and tell everybody else how to do stuff. No, that's dependence. Okay? Independence. What Gen Xers are. And that's what's going to be a lot of fun. Because hopefully, finally, we get a government that realizes, with leadership that grew up this way and said, my job is just to keep everything going. Let the people do what they want. As long as they're not out killing each other, if they get hurt, fine. We don't need more regulations. We don't need to tell them what to do. Most of them are smart enough to figure out the difference between right and wrong and know, hey, you know what? If I do this, I'm going to get in trouble. If I do this, I'm going to get hurt. Maybe I won't do that. Rather than have somebody say, you can't, you can't, you can't, you can't. I don't need the nanny state. Gen X never needed the nanny state. We didn't grow up that way. We didn't live that way. We were independent from the time we were yay big. It's about damn time we go back to that mentality. And hopefully in 2028, when whoever Trump's successor is, comes in and says, You're on your own, gang. Enjoy the rest of your life. We'll just be over here on the sidelines in case you need us. Pinball out.